for the circulatory system. And then I want you to tell us a little bit about the CPROS as well. So why don't you give a little blurb, some of the highlights about the nattokinase and some of the literature that's involved that talks about nattokinase for the circulatory system, the heart and the blood, and then talk a little bit about the CPROS as well.
Sure. Nattokinase, again, was kind of discovered by accident. A Japanese researcher that was in their culture, they eat natto as far as it's a food source, fermented soybeans. So this was the main active component in that, which has led to, that culture being a very healthy culture, relatively speaking, compared to other cultures in the world. So this particular enzyme, through the last, 10 plus years of research has shown that it'll reduce blood viscosity, right? So it thins the blood, and it also acts on and digests fibrin, which the fibrin is ultimately, or could be ultimately, responsible for what we call strokes and heart attacks. So it works very efficiently and very methodically, and some doctors, medical doctors, are recommending even. That's how. And it has no. This is the beautiful part of it. Enzymes have no negativity associated with them. There's no
toxicity side effect.
There's you can't take too many. You can't take too much.
Amazing.
There's nothing. So like with these people that are experiencing or on some type of warfarin or Coumadin, there's just serious complications and lots of adjusting and readjusting and whatnot. It's a very
testing, diagnostics. You got to have your blood tested every couple of months, et cetera.
Yeah, and where nattokinase got its kind of foot in the door, most people don't realize this was a product called Flight Tab, because when people take transoceanic flights and they sit in their seats for 10, 12, 14, 16, 18 hours, the blood flow stops, right? And
it's happened to Steve Wallach. Happened to Steve Wallach.
Did it really?
Yeah, it happened to him. He was out of commission for a couple months. I think he went to Australia, and he ended up with a severe blood clot. That's very well stated. So you're saying take this before, if you take the enzyme?
He was very fortunate, because why the airlines? Because the airlines opened this up to all pharmaceutical industries as well as the nutrition industry. Said, hey, we need a solution, because people are getting up off the flights, walking off, and then dying immediately after they get off the flight, and it's like there was a huge liability. So they came up with a product that has nattokinase as well as a well-known antioxidant. I believe it was grapeseed. So they combined these two together, and it was a product called Flight Tab. So if you take this product before you jump on one of those flights, again, it's what I said. The enzymes do two things. They break things down, speed things up. So it just keeps the blood thin, it keeps it circulating, keeps it moving, so that you don't. It basically alleviated that issue or liability for the airline industry.
Very nice. But you could do the same thing with the Biolumin Nightly Essence. I'm going to Australia here in a couple of weeks. Should I pop a whole bunch before I get on the plane?
Well, just two. That's what the other beautiful thing about this product is, that the doses in here, you'll see that 2,000 FU. Every single research study, clinical study that's been done on nattokinase is at this level. So you don't need to, bring the whole bottle or whatever, or take the whole bottle. Just take the 2 capsule dosage and you're done.
That's awesome. Now, how about the rutin? Tell me about that. Rutin is, for the listeners, a bioflavonoid, I believe, and found in various fruits and vegetables. What was the thinking there?
Yeah, again, there's a historical perspective too. I mean, one of the first enzymes on the market that's widely marketed, it's the best-selling enzyme in the world, was the first company, so I'm not going to take credit for that, to use rutin with enzymes. But they used mainly animal-based enzymes, which, for me, the plant-based or the fermented enzymes have a much wider pH. They do more work over a wider range of environments. So I believe they're much more effective. But rutin, going back to that, is just a powerful antioxidant, and it has powerful anti-inflammatory effects. So it works very nicely, because that's what enzymes do. So a lot of times, and I tell people, whatever enzymes are added to, they only do two things. They speed things down and break things up. So I don't care whether you add an enzyme to food, you're going to absorb the food faster and get more out of it. If you take it with rutin, you take it with any other supplement, it's going to break those supplements down and get them to you faster, and you get more out of them. And it also is conversely on the other side. That's why if people are taking, let's say, insulin, right, and they start taking enzymes, you're going to have to adjust the level of insulin, because enzymes speed things up and break things down. You're going to be getting more out of that, so you need less of it.
Now you call these systemic on the bottle. They say systemic enzyme blend, but you can get digestive benefits too. No?
Yeah, absolutely. These are all protein-based enzymes, which, if you're on one of those high-protein diets, right, I would highly recommend taking a product like this because you're going to subject yourself to all the byproducts of protein digestion. So all the uric acid that's being produced, if your body's not breaking that down and you're not drinking plenty of water to eliminate that, you're actually going to be causing more long-term damage to your organs than the short-term benefit that you're going to get from a little bit of weight loss.
And theoretically, anyway, when we ate protein foods, meat, they were supposed to have enzymes in them, weren't they? Of course, that doesn't occur with processed food. So not only are we getting crappy food and nutritionally deficient food, but we're getting enzyme poor food that doesn't have enzymes in it, so you end up with digestive issues on top of everything else.
Yep.
Well, what is the What exactly is the C-process? It's a proteolytic enzyme. I know that, but what is it? Go ahead.
Yeah, it's a very, very, very unique enzyme. In fact, it's my favorite enzyme. So from a historical perspective, it was discovered back in the late 60s. So this is one of the oldest known as far as, and again, most of these enzymes, it's no surprise that they're originated or came from Japan. So Japan is, in fact, most people don't know this, that the Japanese market is the largest enzyme market in the world. They sell more enzymes because people get enzymes in Japan. You don't need to educate or sell people. It's just they just buy enzymes because
as medicine. They're using it as medicine, or not just for digestion, but
like C-Pros in Japan is actually like an OTC, over-the-counter drug. So
interesting.
They use it over there for any type of respiratory illnesses. So we're talking, from tuberculosis, emphysema, any kind of bronchial asthma, bronchitis.
Wow.
Huge. I mean,
Troy,
and it's been Go ahead.
There's so much I want to talk to you about, but we're out of time. We got to get you back. Is that fair? We only get an hour here. So we'll get you back, though, right? Maybe next week or the week after?
Yeah,
That's so much more I want to talk about.
Exciting stuff, and thank you. This is my favorite longevity product.
Oh, thank you so much for saying that. I like the Beyond Tangy Tangerine. We'll have to get you some of that. Thanks, Troy. We'll talk to you soon, okay, buddy?
Thank you.
Take care. Have a great day. That was Troy Opperly from Enzymology Research and the formulator of my second favorite, or we'll say one of my two favorite longevity products, the Biolumin Nightly Essence. You can find out all about it at brightsideben.com or call the Brightside Ben phone team, 866-735-2470 if you're dealing with an autoimmune problem or a digestive problem or skin problem. Biolumin Nightly Essence. I'm Pharmacist Ben. Thanks for listening, friends. Have an awesome, spectacular, beautiful day. We'll talk to y'all later. Bye for now.